A long time ago, in a peaceful and humble village, there lived two farmers. Both were poor but hard-working men, living with their families and dedicating each day to cultivating their small plots of land. They worked tirelessly, from sunrise to sunset, simply to put food on the table and care for their loved ones. Their lives were simple, but full of perseverance. One day, as fate would have it, both farmers passed away on the very same day. Their souls were gently carried to the divine realm, where they stood before God. God looked upon both men kindly and asked, "In your previous lives, what did you feel was missing?" The first farmer stepped forward. His eyes were filled with frustration and sorrow. "Oh God," he said, "my life was filled with suffering. I worked like an ox every day, laboring endlessly under the hot sun. Whatever little I earned was barely enough to feed myself and my family. I never wore fine clothes. I never enjoyed the pleasures that others seemed to have. My hands were always empty, and my life felt more like that of an animal than a human. It was exhausting and miserable." God listened patiently and then asked, "And what is it that you wish for in your next life?" The farmer replied without hesitation, "God, in my next life, I wish never to give anything to anyone. I only want to receive from everyone. Please make it so that I never have to share or part with anything of mine again." God nodded gently and responded, "You shall receive exactly what you have asked for. You may go now." God then turned to the second farmer and posed the same question. "And you? What did you feel was missing in your life?" The second farmer folded his hands respectfully and bowed. His expression was calm, full of gratitude. "Oh God," he said softly, "you gave me everything I needed. I had a loving family, land to work on, and enough food to feed my children. For all of this, I am eternally grateful. But there is one regret that still weighs on my heart." He paused, reflecting deeply before continuing. "Many times, hungry and thirsty travelers came to my door. I could offer them water, but I often didn't have food to give. Watching them leave my home still hungry broke my heart. That regret stayed with me all my life, and even now, it lingers within me." God smiled kindly and asked, "And what is it that you wish for in your next life?" The farmer bowed once more. "Dear God, in my next life, I wish for the ability to give freely to anyone who comes to me in need. I want to make sure no one ever goes hungry or thirsty from my door again. Please grant me the chance to give to everyone." God's smile grew wider. "You shall receive what you have wished for. You may go now." In time, both souls were born again, in the very same village as before. They grew up together, but as life unfolded, their destinies turned out to be very different. The first man, the one who wished to only receive and never give, became the village beggar. His wish had come true. He did not have to give anything to anyone, and instead, he received from everyone around him. Day after day, he stretched out his hand, receiving coins, food, and favors from the villagers. Yet, despite constantly receiving, his life remained empty and unfulfilled. The second man, who wished to give generously to all, became the richest man in the village. His wealth flourished, and his doors were always open. Anyone who came to him in need left with food, water, or support. His home became a place of refuge and hope for the entire community. And in giving freely to others, his own life blossomed with joy, love, and abundance. When we pause and look around us, this story echoes clearly in our own lives. It reminds us that gratitude and generosity are the true keys to a fulfilling life. The The tale of the two farmers teaches a simple but profound lesson. Those who are grateful for what they have and who selflessly give to others are ultimately rewarded by life and the universe itself. Every situation in life has two sides, positive and negative. It is always within our power to choose which side we embrace. The first farmer focused solely on his struggles and what he lacked. He saw only the emptiness and pain. The second farmer, however, appreciated all that he had, despite its simplicity, and wished to share it with others. Their intentions and mindsets shaped the paths of their next lives. The law of the universe is elegantly simple. What we give is what we receive, and more often than not, we receive it multiplied many times over. If we give love, kindness, and help to others, life will return those gifts to us in abundance. If we choose to live with greed, selfishness, and resentment, we invite poverty, emptiness, and unhappiness into our lives. This timeless principle explains why some people seem to be surrounded by blessings and support, while others continually struggle. The seeds we plant in our lives, through our actions, thoughts, and attitudes, grow into the experiences we reap later. So if you truly wish to live a rich, happy, and prosperous life, strive to help those in need. Spread joy wherever you go. Share what you can, not just material wealth, but also your time, your kindness, and your compassion. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone finds hope. When you live this way, life will reward you in ways beyond your imagination. Always remember, true wealth lies not in what we keep, but in what we share. The seeds of kindness and generosity that you plant today will one day bloom into blessings tomorrow, for both you and the world around you. Soft instrumental music fades out.